Okay, so the chat broke on the last one, so we're gonna check. It looks like it's working. I'm gonna put check 3 times just in case. Hopefully it'll work then. So here we go. Hall fakes the screen and we'll hand it off, and it'll be a gain of about 8, maybe 9. Alright, hold up. Alright, I think it's working. I think chat's working now. Okay. So like I said, chat broke. So yeah. I'm checking it one more time. Okay, it worked. I don't move that one. There we go. Okay, so we fixed chat. That was a run, I'm pretty sure, by the way, that game. Alright, so now we can actually go back to the game. Jesus, YouTube acting up. As usual. So here you go, Jaren Hall. Forces an offsides, I think. First quarter, 3:39 left to go. The score is 10-0 Packers. I'll actually put that in chat. Yeah, encroachment on the defense. Oh, it's on 97, Clark. Yeah, so 10-0 Packers lead late in the first. That encroachment will bring up a 1st and 5 for the Vikings. Here we go. Handoff. Chandler's getting the majority of the carries here. Well, really all the carries. Gets maybe a yard to bring up 2nd and 4. Cool. You're also like the only one paying attention to it, buddy. Right. Cool. Like half the people left at the beginning of the season. But anyway, Jaren Hall gonna pass. Throws it deep. And it's incomplete. Was trying to find Justin Jefferson. And that's gonna bring up 3rd and 4. Justin Jefferson got in a one-on-one there. He just couldn't win it. Valentine, the man who had the interception earlier off a tight end drop. Good job. 6th round pick by the Giants in 2019. Here we go. Hall will drop back to throw. Pumps fakes. Going to scroll to his right. And it's incomplete. I said scroll for some reason. I meant roll. So that encroachment that brought up a 1st and 5 will lead to a 4th and 4. Vikings can't take advantage. And yeah, 4th and 4. So here we go. Ball's punted. Pretty solid punt. Not great. It'll go out of bounds at about the 25. So with 2:28 left in the first, the score is still 10 Green Bay Packers, 0 Minnesota Vikings. Like I said, both of these teams control their own destiny. If both of these teams win out, they make the playoffs. So this is a big game. Because whoever wins will have a playoff clinching game next week. With me? Yeah, so, I mean, that'd be crazy. It ain't gonna happen, though. The Packers are a very young team. They have, like, 5 rookies. I actually need to put the charger. Oh, I actually need to put my Chromebook charger in here. There we go. Yeah. But the Packers are a very young team. They have, like, 5 or 6 rookies. And they have, like, 5 or 6 rookies in their lineup. So it's crazy. Like the Packers are a very young team. So now, by the way, I posted a mock draft earlier. If anybody wants to go see that, I'll probably have a video out tomorrow about my top 5 QB prospects too. So. Yeah. So, yeah, the Packers had the average age of quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends of 24.9. They have 3 rookies and like 4 second-year guys. And yeah. That's crazy. 84% of the Packers' points were scored in the first or second season. Or by players in the first or second season. Now the Packers here, big opportunity. They're already up 10-0 with 2:28 left in the first. They have the ball here for a chance to go up at least 13-0. Obviously, though, they're looking to go up 17-0. Love 7 for 11 for 73 yards and a touchdown with no picks already. So here we go, 1st and 10 from their own 26. Here we go. Love gonna hand it off, and AJ Dillon stays on his feet, gets a gain of about 10 or 11 yards. No, Quinn Ewers is staying with Texas for another year, from what I've heard. I think Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback prospect. I think he has the highest ceiling. I think Caleb Williams is a tad bit overrated. That's just me, though. So we go 1st and 10. Jordan Love hands it off again to AJ Dillon. Quickly brought down after a gain of about 2. So they'll bring up 2nd and 8. Aaron Jones is playing. It's just they're giving AJ Dillon a lot of the carries. Ivan Pace Jr., who went undrafted, has 80 tackles, which is most by an undrafted rookie since the 2013 NFL season. But here we go, 2nd and 8. Love, play action, under pressure, gonna chuck it up, deep, wide open man, it's gonna be caught by Bone Melton. And he's gonna fight up to the 33-yard line. Bone Melton, who was on the Packers practice squad before being elevated to the main roster just this game, just got a huge catch. That was a great pass by Love. Got hit under pressure, and then a great catch, great route, great job getting wide open by Bone Melton. the young man out of Rutgers. Love now 8 for 12 for 101 yards and a touchdown. Love hands it off. A.J. Dillon. There's a flag on the field. So right now it's a gain of about 5 or 6, but there is a flag on the field. 21 seconds left to play in the first. Oh! So there's going to be an offsides of number 90, Bullard, the Vikings D tackle. The Packers are obviously upset, and they'll bring up 1st and 5. They may just let this run down to the end of the first. So it looks like that's what they're doing. So the score after 1 is 10-0. 10 Green Bay Packers, 0 Minnesota Vikings. 10 points allowed. That's the most points the Minnesota Vikings have allowed in the first quarter this season. So 10-0. Packers lead. But yeah, let's talk about the draft real quick. I think Jaden Daniels is the best prospect in the draft. I mean, he's not just because he's the ranked Heisman, or he won the Heisman this year, I should say, but just off the pure fact that I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks, if not the absolute best quarterback in college football last year, besides for Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. And this year, I think he has been the best quarterback. I feel like Caleb Williams, and this ain't even the whole, like, winner mentality or whatever. I just feel like he's been overrated. Obviously, he's great, and I think he will be good at the NFL level. But I see a lot of Lamar in Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels has the potential to be a Lamar Jackson-type player, just with a more accurate arm. He does need to learn to slide. But besides for that, I mean, he's almost a perfect player. I mean, and you can really... And you can really, like, he can really expand your playbook. You can do a lot of things with him. If you want to run the ball 10, 11 times a game with him, you can. If you want to chuck the ball 40, 44 times, or 40, 45, I don't know why I said 44 times a game with him, you can. But if you want to throw 44, you can. Or if you want to do a mix of both with, like, 31s or with, like, 30 passes and 10 runs with him, you can. Like, he really expands the playbook a lot, and he's great at keeping defenses questioning. Plus, like I said, he has a really accurate arm. But the thing is, I think he will go in the first round. The game's back, so go ahead and stop talking about that for a minute. But overall, I just think he's the best quarterback prospect. And then I would go Jaden Daniels, then Caleb Williams, then Drake May. And then I would honestly say Bo Nix, then Michael Penix. That's how I would go. That's my top 5. Quinn Ewers would probably be in there, but he's coming back to Texas for another year. So 1st and 5 Packers are at the Vikings 28. Love going to hand it off to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones going to get a gain of about 1. They'll say 2. So I'll say gain of 2, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Packers at about the Vikings 26. Well, 26 and a half. And it's going to be a handoff. Aaron Jones going to be tackled about, I'd say, a yard short of the first. And they're going, hurry up. 3rd and 1. And they're going to do the tush push. I don't know if he got there. It's close. It's either going to be a Packers 1st and 10 or a Packers 4th and inches. Or maybe a 4th and inch. They mark him short, so they needed a 4-yard. They got about maybe half a yard. So they'll say 4th and inches. Well, they'll say 4th and 1, but he definitely got at least. The game has been pretty eventful, actually. Has been a little bit, though. And we got a timeout. The Packers will use their first timeout. So it's 30-second timeout. Oh, you think college games are better? You should have saw the Missouri-Ohio State game. That game was trash. I did not like it. Like, I was getting so fed up with watching that game. Like, it was like the fourth quarter was pretty good because I saw 2 Missouri touchdowns, but like from quarter 1 through 3, it was God. That USC Louisville game was great though. That was very eventful. And I'm not even saying that because like I enjoy games. I enjoy games if like defensive games, even if they're low scoring, if I know it's like the defense that's playing really well and I see that. But that Missouri-Ohio State game was more the offense than the defense. As Love gonna throw it, it's gonna get incomplete, bag throw. Bowen Melton was wide open. Love was under pressure off the play action. I'm not shocked because FSU had like something crazy, like 9 of their 22 starters or something not play. They had like 23 players opt out. No, I think it was 23 players opted out. 9 of the players were starters, and then the other players were backups and then the majority of the other players were backups who got some playing time. Or who would have got some playing time. FSU still probably should have made it, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, but FSU got stomped. But I'm not shocked. Most of FSU just kind of quit the season, honestly. Which I kind of don't blame them. I hate to see it, but like I kind of don't blame them because they would. Because like, if my college team, if my team went 13-0, and then they put in 2 1-loss teams over them, I'd be pretty mad too. Like if I was an undefeated Power 5 conference champion, or if my team was a undefeated 13-0 Power 5 conference champion, and not just did they not put us in the playoffs, they put 2 1-loss teams, not 1 but 2 1-loss teams over them, then yeah. And another thing too, if they were really going to use the 4 best teams excuse, why wasn't Georgia in there? Because Georgia was obviously one of the 4 best teams in college football. Maybe not 1, but they were probably 2 or 3, I'd say. It was never about the 4 best teams. It was about who was going to rise more profits for them. And Bama's a bigger name than FSU, so obviously they were going to put them in over. Who else an SEC team would have made it? Okay. Like I said, I'm excited for after Super Bowl too. After the Super Bowl's when a lot of the off-season stuff gets going. All right, so here we go. Jay and Hall. The game comes back. 1st and 10 at about their own 24. He'll hand it off to Alexander Madison. Alexander Madison going to break a tackle and get brought down almost immediately after a gain of about 3 or 4. Mixon, number 25 for the Packers with the tackle. Whew. So here we go. Yeah, Hall will drop back to throw, throws it. It's going to be caught by Justin Jefferson. He's out of bounds. So 1st and 10. Yeah, here's a fun fact. The Vikings went 11-0 in one-score games last season. This season, the Vikings are 6-8 in one-score games. 6-8. They have a record of 7-8. Oh, an overall record. They have a 7-8 overall record and a 6-8 record in one-score games. And in the one game all season that they played in that wasn't a one-score game, they won. So, that's crazy. Jefferson, 52 receptions for 837 yards and 4 touchdowns, despite missing 4 games, or 7 games. Sorry. Hall, play action, has time. Gonna throw it. It's gonna be caught by Jordan Addison, the rookie wide receiver. 1st and 10. So here we go. Just a little bit over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. 1st and 10, and the Vikings will Joan Hall will hand it off to Alexander Madison, who gets about 4 or 5. Second down. Shut it up. So it's a very close game here. Second and 6. Hall. Play action. Under pressure, gonna get sacked. We got an injured Packer. Hate to see that. Isaiah McDuffie. Under 10:30, 10:28 with play in the second half. 10-0. They go to an injury timeout. Yeah, so 10-0 is still the score here. Alright, so it's at commercial break right now. The score, like I said, still 7-0 or 10-0 Packers. Sorry, and they'll have a 3rd and long coming up. Or no, it's the Vikings ball. What am I saying? Packers lead 10-0, but it's Vikings ball. But they'll have a 3rd and long. So yeah. So yeah. I came in. Yeah. Yeah, we can play after I'm done with this stream. Oh, he's still down. Isaiah McDuffie, number 58 for the Packers. Oh. He is sitting up, so. And Devondre Campbell, the Packers starting linebacker, is inactive for his second straight game. In his sixth game this season with neck angle. Ooh, Mr. McDuffie's down. We in the second quarter. 10:28 left in the second quarter. Score still 10-0. So Eric Wilson, 7th season, coming in here. So here we go. The Vikings with a 3rd and 16 at exactly the Packers 45. They'll need to get to at least the Packers 29-yard line for a first here, probably 28. So here we go. 3rd and 16. Hall drops back. He has time to throw. He'll check it down. Johnny Munt, who dropped the pass that got picked off earlier in the game. And under 10 minutes left here, and it'll be 4th and long, and we'll set up either a punt or a long field goal. So Greg Joseph is 47 for 60, but he does have the lowest field goal percentage in the league when a kicker's kicked 40 or more field goal attempts at 78. Greg Joseph, 54-yarder, which would tie his longest of the season to put the Vikings on the board. It is good. So the Vikings get on the board. The score is 10 Packers, 3 Vikings, 9:25 left. It was a good snap, good hold, good kick. Good kick. Yeah, last night, before this game, I was looking back on Quay Walker and his antics last year where he pushed a member of the staff for 2 different teams. I think it was the Bills and Lions. So I don't think he's done that this year, though. So, yeah, 9:25. Actually, I should update that. Hold up. Yeah, the Rams actually clinched a playoff spot, so congratulations to them. Yeah, Bo Melton keeps getting wide open. It was just Love was under pressure off a play action, kind of threw off his back foot, I'm pretty sure. And Melton still about caught it. So here we go. Packers lead by 7, 10-3, down 25 left in the first half. They have the ball with the 1st and 10 at their own 25. They'll kick off the drive with a handoff to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones will get tackled down after a gain of about 3. Ivan Pace with the tackle. There is a flag, though. Oh! So it will be a holding penalty on number 97 of the Vikings, Harrison Phillips. So that 5-yard penalty will go along with the 3-yard run. So that was basically an 8-yard run along with an automatic. That was basically an 8-yard play with an automatic first down. So here you go. 1st and 10 Packers near their own 33. Speaking of 33, and Jones going to go next to Jordan Love here. And Jones will get the handoff, and Jones gets a solid run there, 5 or 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and medium. So Isaiah McDuffie is headed to the locker room, the Packers linebacker. He's being evaluated for a concussion, was taken to the locker room, probably missed the remainder of the game. Hope he's okay. So here we go, 2nd and 4. Read in motion, Love, play action. He's going to throw it deep. Jaden Reed, what a catch. Picture perfect throw, picture perfect catch. 1st and 10 Packers. As the Packers will get it at the Vikings 46 following the throw and catch. These Packers rookies have really stepped it up here. They've had themselves a solid game. I mean, these young Packers guys really doing the Packers a solid here due to Christian Martin, especially him, especially Christian Martin being out. Reed already 4 catches, 54 yards, and a TD on the day. As Love will throw it, he'll check it down to Kraft, who gets about 11, maybe 12 on the play, and another first down. They're down at the 34. Kraft is 260 pounds, or at least near it. That's wild. Pretty big for even a tight end, honestly. But here we go. 1st and 10. The Packers have it at the Vikings 34 now. Love passing again. Checks it down to Kraft again. Kraft tackled relatively quickly following a gain of about 5 or 6. South Dakota State. Dang. Wow, he's from South Dakota State, from a town with a population of 517. He's up to 4 catches for 35 yards here. Here we go. It's a handoff. Aaron Jones going to fight and maybe got the first. It was 2nd and 6. Sixth place, 51 yards, just over 3 minutes now for Green Bay on this drive. So here we go. In the 6 minutes left to play in the first half, it's a Packers 3rd and 1. So here we go. 3rd and 1. Jordan Love hands it off. Aaron Jones going to get the first. Makes a nice juke. So they only needed a yard. Jones gets a lot more, and they'll bring up 1st and 10 at about the Vikings 16, 17-yard line, depending on where they pace them. Aaron Jones has missed 6 games this season with a hamstring and knee injury. He has 110 carries, like 475 yards, and 2 TDs. Yeah, and he has 3 1,000-yard seasons. It's been good. So here we go. Jordan Love tosses it. Aaron Jones having himself a drive. Jones thoughts. Maybe got a first, but there is a flag with 4:59 left to play here in the second quarter. Excuse me. Like I said, I just had dinner for the stream. Oh, it's another flag on the defense. Illegal hands to the face on the defense, number 90. Bullet again. It's been really the same two guys. Bullet, yeah. Yeah, 3 penalties for 13 yards for the Vikings, 1 penalty for 5 yards on the Packers. Jones is on the sideline right now. Maybe a little hurt. So 1st and goal from about the 3. The Packers have 13 first downs in this game. Vikings with 3. Love going to hand it off to A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon tackled short. As he'll get to about the one, give or take, 1.5, 2 yard line. And bring up 2nd and goal. Packers looking to take at least a 16-3 lead and looking to make it 17-3 with an extra point, but they got to get in the end zone first. And yeah, he may be with forward progression got to the 1. I don't know where to mark him though. 2nd and goal. Gonna be another hand. No! Love kept it. He fumbled. But they ruled him down. Love fumbled the football, but they ruled him down by contact before he fumbled, so they'll bring up 3rd and goal. And Love. I think that's a touchdown. He extended it. What a smart veteran play by Love. That may be a touchdown. Yeah, that's... So they rule it a touchdown. The, very tip of the ball, this much of the ball crossed the touchdown plane. So touchdown Green Bay Packers via Jordan Love rushing touchdown. Off a 10-play, 75-yard, 6-minute, 8-second drive. Packers take a 16-3 lead, and they can make it 17-3 with an extra point. Wow. Yeah, so it's a touchdown by the Packers. So Carlson looking to take a 17-3 lead. Number 17 looking to give them 17 points on the board. It's good, 17-3. Yeah, so the Packers on New Year's Eve making an impact here with 3:39 left in the second quarter. So the Packers take a 14-point lead here in the second, 17-3. Yeah, so overall, Packers having a really good game, both offensively and defensively. Offensively, they've already put up 17 on. They've already put a solid 17 on the board before half, while holding the Vikings defense holding the Vikings offense to just 3. And even then, the Vikings offense really had to get pretty dang lucky to even get that 3. They had to hit a 54-yarder in order to get those 3 points. So Packers just playing a great game. Offensively, they've been able to execute their plays very well, and defensively, they played so well to the point where the Vikings only score came off a 54-yard field goal by Greg Joseph. Great start, honestly, for the Packers. Leading by 14 here, taking advantage here of the Vikings having Jaren Hall at quarterback. Yeah, but Jones apparently is in the injury tent, so that you hate to see that. Yeah, so 3:59 left, or 3:39, sorry, left to play in the first half. The score is 17 Green Bay Packers, 3 Minnesota Vikings. The Packers looking to improve to 8-9 and continue to control their destiny to the playoffs. The Vikings looking to make a comeback here to keep their playoff hopes alive. Jones out of the injury tent. And it is 3:59, so sorry. Let me remove that. So the kickoff on the way here, and it's going to be returned to about the 19. So let me. There. Yeah, the Vikings have started 4 different quarterbacks. So here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Play action. Thrown, caught. Breaks the tackle. Going to get up to the 35-36. Kind of tackled out of bounds. Hall with a nice throw right there out of the play action. Jaren Hall's 4 for 8 for 59 yards. No TDs on a pick. That wasn't his fault. And a run gets stuffed. Like I said, Hall does have a pick, but that pick wasn't his fault. It was a good pass. It was just a tight end munt dropped, and it went right into a Packers' hands. There's a flag. Holding on the defense, Packers, number 97, Clark. Kenny Clark right there. A lot of defensive penalties. I don't know if we've seen 5 total penalties, but I think every single penalty has been on a defense. We have 2 Packers defensive penalties and 3 Vikings defensive penalties and no offensive penalties. Now I probably just jinxed it, but there we go. 1st and 10 following the hold. It'll be a handoff to Chandler. Chandler going to get a gain about, I'd say, 4. Sorry. So 2nd and 6. Following the gain of 4. They're at about their own 45. Jaren Hall, play action, under pressure, going to get sacked. Quay Walker. That's going to be, I'd say, exactly on the dot, 10-yard sack. And we'll bring up 3rd down and I'd say 14. Oh, 3rd and 16. Okay. 2nd sack of the game for the Packers defense. The Vikings defense yet to have a sack. So it's a 2-minute warning. And the score at the 2-minute warning, 17 Packers, 3 Vikings. The Vikings still have all 3 timeouts. The Packers have 2 of their 3. I'll be right back. I'm back. Got me something to drink. Hear me? Okay. Yeah, the Bills and Dolphins face off for the AFC's title following the blowout loss. So here we go. 3rd and 16. 2-minute warning here. 2 minutes left coming out of the 2-minute warning. So here we go. 3rd and 16 from their own 36. Hall's going to drop back to about the 25 under a bit of pressure. Going to get the pass off. Way overthrown. Incomplete. 4th and 16. Yeah, not a good pass. Not a great one. So here we go. Punt. Oh! Clear fair catch interference out there. Here's the Vikings QB, Jaren Hall. He's a 5th-round rookie. Reed made the fair catch signal late and got boomsticked. So here we. Oh, no flag. So there's no flag because by the time Reed fair caught the ball, there was already a fair catch call. Or by the time he was going for a tackle, there wasn't a fair catch call. Interesting. I don't know. Probably should. The guy's saying it should be a penalty on here. Jeans territory, whatever. Wow, 1st and 10 from their own 12 now. Following a probable missed penalty, they'll start off with a run to Aaron Jones, who gets about 8 or 9 yards. And there's a flag. I will say, I mean, he technically made a valid fair catch. It was kind of cheap, but he was just knowing the rules. So, holding on the offense on number 71, which is Myers, a center. The reason why they were confused is because it was a late fair catch. So he was already in the process of making a tackle, but apparently it still should have been a penalty. So, here you go. 1st and long. It's going to be a screen pass. Caught. Missed tackle. Reed. Going to get up and get a gain of about 12, 13 yards. So, 2nd and 5. And Jaden Reed has 58 catches. That's most catches by a rookie in team history, past Sterling Sharp, who had 55. And off to Jones. Jones going to get a gain of about 3 and bring up 3rd and 1. That was 2nd and 4. Here you go, 3rd and 1. Here you go. 3rd and 1. They're 3 for 6 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 1 on 21. It's going to be a play action, and Love going to throw it deep. Has a man covered, and it's incomplete. 4th and 1. Clock stops with 47 seconds to go. Interesting decision to bleed the clock and then throw it deep on 3rd and 1. So I think he's just looking at it like, well, by 14, they got a 5th round rookie out there playing terrible. So here we go. 4th and 1 from their own 21. They're going to punt it here. Excuse me. Good. Not a great kick. Will take a good bounce. Powell going to return it. Excuse me. Sorry. About 4 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 38 with 39 seconds left. The Vikings have all 3 timeouts, down by 14. So here we go. Jalen Hall's 4 for 9. He has 59 passing yards, no TDs. And he does have a pick, but like I said, that interception wasn't his fault. The tight end Munt just flat out dropped what should have been a catch, and that led to a pick. Hall drops back to the 30. Going to throw it short to Alexander Madison, who's been silent. Ooh. Trucks a man. But his foot stepped out of bounds after a gain of 8. So they'll bring up 2nd and 2, and the clock stops at 32 seconds. That was still one heck of a truck. So gain of 8. They're about their own 46 now with a 2nd and 2. Jen Hall drops back to throw. Under pressure, the ball's fumbled, and I think it's recovered by the Packers. It is. Preston Smith snuck up on Jaren Hall and forced a fumble right when he was about to throw, and then it was Brooks who recovered it. Yeah. Clear as day fumble. Elite pass rush, yeah. Second turnover committed by the Vikings. And they'll count as a strip sack, so 3rd sack as well. So 26 seconds, the Packers could get another 3 on the board. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 37. Oh, they're going to have to waste the timeout, or they're going to have to hike it quick. They get the hike off. Going to throw it. It's caught. Romeo Dobbs gets about 12-13, and if the Packers run already in field goal range, they are now. But if the Vikings ain't careful, the Packers could score a touchdown. Love's playing well. He's 13 for 19 with 155 yards, a touchdown, no picks. And like I said, Vikings not careful. This could be a potential Packers touchdown because they have a 1st and 10 at the Vikings 25 with 22 seconds and 2 timeouts. So here we go. That fumble huge for the Packers. And they're looking to take advantage of it here. Hikes it. Love drops back to the 35. Going to throw it. It's incomplete. Clock stops at 17 seconds. We'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 25. Excuse me. Oh, that pizza. So here we go. So here we go. 2nd and 10 Vikings have all three, but they probably won't use them. Packers have two. Love's going to drop back to throw under a bit of pressure. Going to throw it. It's caught by Reed, who breaks 2 tackles. Reed's off to the races, and he gets in. What a play by Reed. Touchdown, Green Bay Packers. He gritty. He does his own version of the gritty, and the Packers. I mean, Reed broke like 4 tackles in one play. Reed caught it, broke 1 tackle, avoided another, and then broke another tackle and had one guy draped all over him. And yeah, that's a clear as day touchdown. Wow. Reed has 10, extra point, no good. So the extra point will be missed. So 23-3. Oh, and he's the only player to miss 5 extra points. Wow. Carlson. Sucks for him. Wow, so the missed extra point does dampen it a little bit, but still that touchdown, even with the missed extra point, gives the Packers a 20-point lead. Yeah. So, like I said, even with the missed extra point, the score is still 23-3 with the Packers having a 20-point lead. So here we go, the kickoff. Looks like it's going to be a touchback. No, it's going to be returned from deep in the end zone. And it's a decent return. That pin's probably going to change here in a second because there's 3 seconds left. So we'll see what the Vikings do. They'll probably just kneel it. 23 Green Bay Packers, 3 Minnesota Vikings. That's the score with 3 seconds left to play in the first half. Yeah, so Hall's going to kneel it. And the Vikings fans booing here. Yeah, so Green Bay only allowed 81 yards. That's the fewest amount of yards they've allowed in a single half this season. And the Packers lead by 20. The score is 23-3 at the half. Vikings have the ball to kick off the second, by the way. So the Ravens and 49ers both get the number 1 seed. Yeah, so the Ravens and Niners both get the number 1 seed, so a first-round bye and home field advantage throughout the playoffs for them. Okay. So we'll do our halftime takeaways. My takeaways from that is the Packers' young guys are stepping up. Reed already has 2 TDs, the rookie. He has 10 TDs on the year. Like I said, the young guys are just stepping up for the Packers here. The running game's been okay with Jones and Dillon, and they've just executed their plays really well. And defensively, they're making Jaren Hall very uncomfortable. They've probably made him already lose confidence. Hall already has a pick that wasn't his fault, but still a pick nevertheless, and a fumble with the way he kind of got strip sacked from behind. So the Packers defense doing a real good job getting pressure on Hall, and like I said, making him uncomfortable. And for the Vikings, my takeaways for them is simple. They can't stop the Packers passing really passing or running, honestly, but especially passing. They've had a lot of trouble tackling in this game. And on offense, like I said, just looking like an offense who has a fifth string rookie quarterback making his second, but really, in all honesty, his first full career start for them. They've not been able to move the ball. The running game hasn't really been there. They've had a couple decent passing plays here and there, but that's been about it. And they may need to make a QB change for the Pack, and now for how they can both win this game. For the Packers, all they have to do is keep doing what they're doing, keep executing their plays, keep getting the young guys involved, keep the running game being a consistent threat, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're good. And defensively, just keep getting pressure on the quarterback, whether it's Jaren Hall and Nick Mullins, and make them uncomfortable and force them to throw. And for the Vikings, defensively, they got to tackle better. They got to cover these guys better. Really, it's been an all-around and get more pressure. The Vikings defense has struggled a little bit with getting pressure on the Packers offense in that first half. But when they did get pressure, that led to good things. Getting pressure is what caused a third and one and a fourth and one for the Packers to end in an incompletion. And despite not having a sack, Love does look pretty uncomfortable when under pressure, obviously. And obviously the secondary, like I said, just needs to step up, because even when the Vikings defense gets pressure, sometimes the secondary just flat out lets a guy get wide open. Can't do that. And offensively, you got to get a better running game going. You need to get Justin Jefferson more involved. Justin Jefferson has like one catch in the half, or he had like one catch in the half. So passing wise, you got to get Justin Jefferson more involved. Simple as that. And Addison too, but mainly Jefferson. And you just got to run the ball better. But right now, it's not looking too good, because even with the Packers missing their extra point, they lead by 20. Excuse me. Yeah, by the way, Baltimore beat Miami Dolphins 56-19. Josh Allen beat New England, or the Bills beat New England. Yeah, the Bengals got screwed by the Chiefs, or sorry, by the refs, by the Chiefs refs, I should say. And Bengals out of the playoffs. That's so stupid. The refs screwed us so bad in that game. That makes me mad. Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't all the refs. Packers or the Eagles lost to the Cardinals, by the way. But anyway, like I said, it wasn't all the refs. The Bengals went scoreless in the second half. That didn't help, obviously. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that there was a bunch of questionable calls. Only 2 spots left in the NFC, by the way. Yeah, man. Yeah, but anyway, yep. Alright, so the Bengals officially eliminated from playoff contention. That actually may be my video tomorrow, whether the Bengals go from there. And I mean, it sucks, man. I'm not mad. I would usually be mad, but I'm not really mad because I expected this to happen. Injuries just killed us this season. You know, we have a backup quarterback. Jamar's been injured for a lot of the year. Higgins been injured for a couple games. A bunch of our defense was pretty hurt or pretty injured. Trey Dixon had to play with a bum ankle for a little bit and still dominated, by the way. DJ Reader got injured. I mean, it was just terrible. Terrible all around. Yeah, man. And for this game, it's like I said, just Packers dominating. Really, from the very beginning, they've dominated. Jordan Love's really playing a great game. Jalen Hall's looking like a fifth-round rookie quarterback who was a third string to begin the year. Excuse me. No, third or fourth string, honestly. I think he was above Nick Mullins for a little bit, though. Yeah, by the way, that mock draft officially reached 50 views, so that's nice. And then Paris, France is officially 2024. I'll probably do another live stream when we're near 12 o'clock. Because I'm going to probably stay up till midnight just to give the Happy New Year. Ha! Snoop use. Hey. Oh, Snoop Dogg. Yeah. By the way, I may do a live stream. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there was a comment on my mock draft that said it was out of order. And I just want to point that out. The reason why the draft was out of order was because I recorded that mock draft last night. That was a pre-recorded video that I made just so because I knew I was gonna live stream this game, so I knew there was no point to kind of record a video for today. So I recorded at the mock draft last night and then posted it earlier today. So I know that's out of order now. But like I said, it was 1.0 anyway, so it didn't really matter. Everything was going to change by the time it was. Everything's going to change by the time 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, probably 5.0 will come out, all that. So, yeah. Cardinals officially clinched the number one overall pick. I still think the number one pick's going to be the exact same, though. I still think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going first overall. That doesn't change. If either the Bears or the Cardinals, Cardinals have the number one overall pick, and unless they trade it to a team like the Pats or something, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going first overall because, in my opinion, he was going either way, whether the Bears or the Cardinals had the pick. So that's not changing for me. The only thing that would really switch with that for the top two is instead, I'd say the whatchamacallit, God, why am I going blank now? The Bears, Jesus, would not get Marvin Harrison Jr., but would get Malik Neighbors. Although if I'm the Bears, I'm trying to trade for that number one overall pick because I really want Marvin Harrison Jr. And I doubt they're going to take Caleb Williams because I doubt they're going to pull a Josh Rosen. Yeah, but when is the 2024 Olympics? July 26th to August. So, yeah, I may live stream the Olympics, honestly, just for fun. Probably only live stream basketball because it's the only thing I'm really too interested in. But yeah, hopefully that's still months down the line. So. Oh yeah, I just realized this Packers Vikings game is the last game of this year. Technically, last game football game played in 2023. Excuse me, God. And the Packers are dominating. Whew, excuse me. So 2020, so 23-3. Looking to start the third. And that's the third time in the last 5 games the Minnesota Vikings hadn't scored a first half TD. Love is 14 for 20. Dang, that's crazy. Love's already 14 for 21 with 180 yards, and he's already tied his own personal career high with 3 passing TDs. And the Packers have tied their longest halftime lead ever against the Vikings when playing in Minnesota at 20 since 1984. So here we go. Kickoff's about to go on the way here. It is, like I said, it is Vikings ball down by 20. I'm interested to see whether they'll put Joshua Dobbs, Nick Mullins, or stick with Jayon Hall. The kickoff will be returned from deep in the end zone, and he's fast. He's off to the races, and he stays. He's gonna trip and fall down at the 43. So he's gonna be whistled down. So 1st and 10 at their own 43. Wow. Okay. So, yeah, that 23 points is the most points the Vikings have allowed in a single game. Or not in a single game, in a single first half in a game. So, yeah, Nick Mullins is out there for the Vikings, not Jayon Hall. Well, Hall had 303 yards, 2 TDs, and 2 picks against the Bengals, and 411 yards, 2 TDs, and 4 picks against the Lions. So he's very inconsistent. He's a very explosive player. He can throw explosive touchdowns and explosive picks. He'll start off with a play action, and immediately they throw it, and it's caught by Justin Jefferson. Gain of about 11. No. So 1st and 10 from the Vikings 45. So it's a handoff. Chandler going to get maybe a yard there to bring up 2nd and 9. Well, they kind of compare Mullins to Hall of Famer Brett Favre. Mullins is kind of like that because, like I said, with Mullins, he throws a lot of risky passes. He gets a lot of 50-yard completions and a lot of bad interceptions. So they'll pass it with him again. I don't blame Kevin O'Connell as they check it down to Chandler, who will get the first off a gain of about 13. Like I said, though, I don't blame Kevin O'Connell here because Nick Mullins, Nick Mullins, I don't know why I said Mullins. Like I said, he's a firework. You know, he can chuck the ball for a 50-yard touchdown one play and then throw a horrible, terrible interception the next. But at this point, I think he's looking at it like, well, we're already down by 20 at half. Our playoff hopes on the line. We really don't got a lot to lose, so we might as well just put the firework in there. And they're doing good so far. So 1st and 10. And there's a flag on the play. 13 minutes left to play in the third. So it'll be a false start on Christian Deosaw, number 71, left tackle Christian Deosaw. So we're going to 13 minutes left to play here. 1:15 left to play. First and 15. Here we go. I don't know why I keep stuttering over my words. Jesus. Nick Mullins under pressure throws it. It's complete off the screen. There is a flag on the field. It's a gain of about 12. But like I said, there is a flag. So there was an ineligible man downfield, number 67, Ingram, offensive lineman for the Minnesota Vikings. Right guard. Yeah, what is Ingram doing? So fifth penalty for the Vikings, 23 penalty yards. The Packers have 3 for 17. Now it's a first and 20. First and 20 at about the Packers 42 and a half. Under 12:20 left to play here in the first half. Mullins going to drop back to the 50 to throw, and he's going to get sacked. At about his own 48, fourth sack of the game for the Packers. The Vikings yet to have a single one. Wow. Second and 28 at about midfield. Mullins going to drop back the throw. Going to throw it. It is caught. He'll get to about the 36 of Green Bay. Gain of 14 will bring up 3rd and 14 as they'll get half of the yardage they needed on that play. And there's a Packer down. Yeah. So penalties and a sack forced the Vikings in a 2nd and 28 situation. Got about half of it back with a gain of 14 right there, but they'll still have a long way to go with a 3rd and 14 coming up. Like I said, I don't blame him putting Nick Mullins in because he's like a firework, or maybe a firecracker is a better term for it, because one play he can throw a 50-yard touchdown, the next he can throw the worst interception you've ever seen in your life. So, we'll see. That's pretty rough for Dan Hall, though, man. I feel kind of bad for him. I genuinely do. Yeah, Preston Smith is down, by the way. Yeah, that sucks for Dan Hall. I do feel bad for him, but that is the right decision. Because Dan Hall's the safer quarterback. Nick Mullins is riskier, but he carries a higher reward. With Hall, you kind of know what you're going to get out of him right now. And for Mullins, you kind of don't know. You can get a 50-yard touchdown or a pick. So, and down by 20 at the half, you really didn't have much to lose at that point. So, yeah. Vikings offense was moving down the field, though. So, they could get it here, honestly. I mean, the Packers just gave up one gain of 14. They could let another one up if they're not careful. Like I said, I do hope Preston Smith is okay. And the thing about Jalen Hall is he wasn't even exactly playing bad. It was just he was getting pressured a lot of the time. The running game wasn't really going, and the Packers did what they were supposed to, kind of forced them to do something. himself. So Preston Smith is going to the tent. Oh. So here we go. 3rd and 14. Preston Smith does look okay, thankfully. He is headed to the tent. So here you go. 3rd and 14 at about the 31.5-yard line, or 36.5-yard line, sorry, of Green Bay. Mullins going to drop back to throw. Throws it. It's caught. What a spin move by Justin Jefferson. He'll be down at about the 15, gain of 21. 1st and 10 Vikings at the Green Bay 15. What a pass by Mullins. What a catch by Jefferson. Yeah, like I said, Nick Mullins is like a firecracker, man. He'll throw any ball, good or bad. And that can sometimes lead to big plays like that. Other times lead to a pick. That one led to a catch. And that's 3 catches for 46 yards for Jefferson now. So play action. Mullins throws it short. It's incomplete. Great defense right there. Tried to go to Munt. Jonathan Owens, number 34 for the Packers, making a great play on the ball right there. So 10:21 left in the 3rd. Score is still 23-3. Packers lead, but the Vikings do have a 2nd and 10 at the Packers 15. Munt tried, but just couldn't get it. So here we go. 2nd and 10. So here we go. Mullins hands it off. And he gets about 6-7 yards. Chandler with another one there. Chandler's ran it okay. Like I said, there's been a couple times where he's kind of been stuffed. A couple times where he's been able to break off a couple tackles and get a gain of about 6 or 7. Well, this is an 8-play, 48-yard, a little bit over 5-minute drive for the Vikings. And the 10 minutes left to play in the 3rd. So here we go. 3rd and 3 at about the 8.5-yard line of the Packers. Mullins going to drop back to throw. Under pressure. Going to throw it short. It's caught. Chandler breaks a tackle. Jukes, but will be tackled down. Keyshawn Nixon forces a loss of about 1 and will bring up 4th and 4. Excuse me. Yeah, so a loss of 1, so 4th and 4. Yeah, and, down by 20, it is risky. Some people may just say take your 3, but the Vikings are down by 20. They really have nothing to lose, so they're going to go for it with a little over 9 minutes, or with 9 minutes left to play in the 3rd. They're at the 9. Jefferson in motion. Ball's hiked. Mullins going to be under pressure. Gets the ball out. Incomplete. Jefferson wants a flag. Won't get it. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Packers will get it with a 1st and 10 at their own 9. With 8:49 left to play here in the 3rd. So, yeah. Incomplete. And Packers ball. Rough sledding out there. Vikings offense. Given the situation, the Vikings offense probably had their best drive of the game out there. And just couldn't take advantage of it. Yeah. So like I said, that was probably the Vikings' best drive of the game. Just couldn't do anything with it. Hate to see it, but hey, it is what it is. Nick Mullins actually did pretty good on that drive, but those final 2 plays especially, it was under a lot of pressure. It was a miracle he really didn't get sacked on one of those plays because he was very, very close to getting sacked on both of them. Yeah, I mean, right now it looks like I said the Packers would win this game by 10, 20-10. I expected it to be low scoring. They scored 3 more points in the first half, and I thought they would the whole game. Said they would score 20, they scored 23. And for the Vikings, I don't know if they'll reach 10 because we're like almost 6 minutes into the third, and well, they have 3, so. Zach Tom versus Danielle Hunter, the right tackle for the Packers, doing a great job. Danielle Hunter in 7 matchups had 0 pressures in the first half. And he is really, really good. He only allows 6.2. He only allows pressure 6.2% of the time. That's the second lowest among right tackles who's had at least 250 or more snaps. So here you go, 1st and 10 from about their own 9. Jordan Love will hand it off here, and Aaron Jones going to get a big run. Breaks a tackle, and it's a nice stiff arm, and gets to about the 35. Getting a 26, and Aaron Jones has been good this game, man, when he's ran the ball. Been actually quite a bit better than A.J. Dillon, honestly. And he made some nice cuts, broke a tackle or 2, evaded a couple, and then great job. 14 carries, 93 rushing yards for Aaron Jones. Just a little bit above 8 minutes left to play here in the third. It will be another handoff. This one to Dillon, and he'll get stuffed for a gain of just about 1. Oh, Jaden Reed. The rookie, is questionable, and he's played a great game. I think he has something like 5 or 6 catches for 80 yards and 2 TDs, and he did all that in just the first half. So you hate to see that. So we go up by 20, 23-3, and they got a 2nd and 8 from about their own 36, 37, and it's going to be a deep bomb, incomplete. Romeo Dobbs almost had it, tried to reel it in, couldn't, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Packers. It was an okay pass. Romeo Dobbs had his hands on it, but when he tried to bring it in, it was incomplete. Well, Love is 14 for 22 with 180 yards. And I said he had 3 passing touchdowns earlier. That's on me. He has 2. He has 3 total TDs, 2 passing, 1 rushing. So Love's going to drop back and throw it. It's going to be caught. And Heath gets the first down for the Packers. They needed 8. They got 14. So here we go. The Packers looking to add on to their already huge lead. They're up by 20, looking to go up by at least 23. But obviously they're looking to go up by 26 or 27 here. Here we go. Snap. It's going to be a check down the Kraft. Trucks. It's pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 8. Excuse me. Oh, and they're going to give him a first down. So apparently he didn't step out. So apparently he got 10 to 11 yards out there. Let's see. On the play where they got the first, it was just once again the second they just left the receiver wide open. So now it's a 1st and 10 Packers. They're at the Vikings 40. Score still 23-3. And it's a handoff. Jones stuffed. I don't even think he got a yard. Hicks with the tackle. So 2nd and 10 following the 0-yard run. Well, they'll say he got a yard. I don't think he got one, though, but they'll say he got about a yard. So 2nd and 9. So here we go. Jordan Love now officially has over 200 passing yards with 203. Dobbs, 2 catches for 13 yards. Jones, 15 Dobbs with Jones with 14 Ks, 93 yards. I'm stuttering so much, and I don't know why. Love, under pressure, throws it short to screen to Jones. Jones going to break a tackle and get the first, I think. He did. The Packers needed 9. Jones broke a tackle to get exactly 9. First down. That was good. Love's having himself a good game, man. He's making smart decisions, not throwing any stupid passes. He's not getting pressured much, and when he has gotten pressured, he's done a pretty good job against it. And the Vikings just need to keep getting pressure on Love because, the Vikings defense needs to get pressure on Love as Dillon gets a gain of about 4. But they need to keep getting pressure on him because if their secondary just does its job, that's going to lead to a sack or 2. Yeah, it's like I said, with the Seahawks loss, both these teams are in control of their destiny. If these 2 teams can win their final 2 games, including this one, they will clinch the playoffs. But the Vikings right now are looking like they'll deprove down to 7 and 9. So here we go, 2nd and 6. Love gonna hand it off to AJ Dillon, who will get and fire and be brought down about a yard short. 3rd and 1. So here we go. 3rd and 1. They're talking about the controversial Lions-Cowboys game, by the way. But here we go. For this game, 3rd and 1. It's going to be a handoff, and Jones got it. They needed 1. Jones got about 2 or 3. So 1st and 10 Packers at the Vikings 18. Dillon's on his right hand. Or wrist. So we go. About 2:30 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Score is still 23-3, but the Packers have the ball with a 1st and 10 at the Vikings 18. Love drops back to throw. Under pressure, going to throw it. It's a check down that's going to be caught. So I think that's Sims. So Sims, number 89. Wow. So good catch by Sims out there to get the Packers a gain of 6. His first catch of the game, only number 4 on the year for him, the rookie out of Baylor. As I said on the broadcast, and Love hands it off to Jones. Jones breaks a tackle or 2 and will get half of what they need. It's a gain of 2 and will bring up 3rd and 2. So here we go. So a bit over a minute left to play here in the 3rd. Score is still 23-3. And the Packers will have it at the Vikings 10, needing a yard. really more like 1.5 yards. Here you go. Love's going to pass it. Love. Bit of pressure, throws off his back foot to a wide open. Meldon, I think's his name. Number 80. Yeah, Melton. It's a 13-play, 91-yard, 8-minute drive. Touchdown, Packers. And Love threw off his back foot. Melton was wide open. And that's a touchdown. Melton's gotten open quite a bit in this game. And once again, just got wide open. Under pressure, Love threw a picture-perfect pass off his back foot. That's a touchdown. Extra point up and good. 30-3 Packers. Here, I'm about to put it in chat. The score is 30 Packers. The score is 30 Packers and 3 Vikings with 49 seconds left to play in the third. Yeah, so 30 Green Bay Packers, 3 Minnesota Vikings, just 49 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And wow, what a game that the Packers are having right now, just completely and utterly blowing out the Vikings here. So yeah, touchdown. So the Packers, 49 seconds left in the third. They just took a 27-point, 30-3 lead with a touchdown and extra point. That's going to be a career-high 4th TD for Jordan Love and his 3rd passing TD. Remember, he also has 1 rushing TD. What a game, man. Wow. Like I said, a bunch of the Packers' young guys stepping up here. Romeo Dobbs has been okay. Hasn't been great, but it's mainly been sorry, I keep forgetting his name, number 80 on the Packers. Bo Melton, that's on me. But Bo Melton's been great. Jaden's been great when healthy. Jaden Reed, but he may be out for the remainder of this game. I don't see any point risking putting him back in up 27 late in the third. So, yeah. So, the game's back. 49 seconds left in the third. Packers getting ready to kick it away to the Vikings. Excuse me. Here we go, the kickoff. Most of these have been returned despite being deep in the end zone. This one's going to be returned not in the end zone. He is destroyed at about the 16. 1st and 10 Vikings just over their own 15 at their own 16. Yeah, that pass rush has been deadly. Dang, that Quay Walker sack was nice. Yeah, Preston Smith, when he's healthy, has been great. Packers defense hasn't had a great season, but they've really had a great game. And they'll kick it off with a toss play to Alexander Madison. This will be a nice juke and a gain of about 9 or 10 from Madison. So here we go. 2nd and 1 Vikings at about their own 27. We'll probably see at least 1 or 2 more snaps before the end of the third. Here we go. Play action pass. Mullins under pressure. Going to throw it. Almost picked by Quay Walker. Off his knee. So the clock starts with 5 seconds. Jaden Reed is headed to the locker room. So that sucks to see. He was having a great game. Once again, pump fake. Little hesitation. Mullins was under pressure. Just Bailey was able to get the ball off. Kenny Clark was able to kind of get a hand on his arm. So here we go. 5 seconds. Last snap before the end of the third. And that's a delayed game. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 now. Yep. Delayed game. So instead of a 3rd and 1, it's going to be a 3rd and 6. The Vikings continue to get smoked here on their own home field. 6 penalties, 28 yards for the Vikings, 3 for 17 for the Packers. So penalties, although haven't been a huge problem, has been just a little bit of a problem for the Vikings here. Here we go. Mullins throws it. Carr Addison tackled well short. It's going to be about 4th and 2. So the score at the end of the third, 30 Green Bay Packers, 3 Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings will have it with about a 4th and 2, maybe a 4th and 3 to kick off the 4th. Go ahead and put it in chat here. Yeah, so after 3, the Packers in complete control here. They lead 30-3, which includes them rallying off 20 unanswered after the Vikings scored a field goal to make it a 10-3 ball game. Now, they've really dominated from the very beginning. They kicked off the game with a 10-0 lead. Vikings scored a field goal. Now they've scored 20 unanswered. They've really dominated the whole way through. And it's like it said here on the broadcast, the Minnesota Vikings are not eliminated with the loss, but it makes it highly unlikely. The Minnesota Vikings, with a win, controlled their own destiny. With a loss, would need to win their final game and have, I think 3 or 4 teams lose as well in order to make the playoffs. So a loss here essentially kind of puts them out. And for the Packers, a win here. For the Packers, if they somehow choke this lead and lose, then they'll be in a similar situation to the Vikings. Not eliminated, I'm pretty sure, but and we'll need a plethora of things to happen in order for them to make it. And a win here makes it where they can control their own destiny, and a win next week will get them in. So, yeah. And into the 4th, not a close game at all. Packers, and well on their way to a easy peasy lemon squeezy victory here, leading by 27. This may actually be the biggest lead they've had, not just heading into the 4th, but just in general. Not sure if that's true, but the Packers, this is definitely the biggest deficit the Vikings have had all year. Down 27, so, Yeah, I mean, the Vikings just, like I said, the Vikings technically not eliminated with a loss here, but it does make it highly, highly unlikely because not just would they have to win their final game, they would have to depend on 3 or 4 teams to lose while winning their final game. So, they're shockingly punting. So the Vikings kind of giving up here with 4th and 2. They punt it, and it's fumbled. The ball's fumbled, and it's going to be recovered by the Vikings. Tua dropped it. Wow. So the Vikings were kind of giving up by punting with a 4th and 2, down 27 in there. Well, the Packers on their own side of the field. Give me a sec, guys. So yeah, the Vikings, who were kind of giving up by punting on their own side of the field on 4th and 2 as they go in a Wildcat, and Chandler will be stuffed, maybe got 2 yards. So 2nd and goal. TJ Slayton with the tackle, or helping with the tackle. Yeah, but like I said, the Vikings were on their own side of the field, but it was 4th and 2, down 27 to kick off the 4th. And I feel like punting there was kind of a sign of giving up, but maybe that fumble kind of gives them more motivation to try to stay in this ball game. Lucky break for the Vikings right there. And a great play by Thompson, number 11. Mullins, handoff. No, the pass. Caught. Touchdown, Minnesota Vikings. Munt with the catch. Mullins throws a touchdown. Like I said, the Vikings were giving up, but maybe that fumble by the Packers that was followed by a recovery and now a touchdown maybe makes it gives them more motivation to stay in this game. That play action tricked me. A great play right there by the Vikings. Touchdown. So the score's now 30-9. The Vikings have a chance to make it 30-10, though. Extra points up. Cody Joseph makes it, and 30-10 is the score now.